Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Monday, November 13th. As always, if you want to watch our full video, please come subscribe to our YouTube channel at Roto Beast. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing, please visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So before we jump in the games, I just want to apologize. I haven't been around for the last couple of days. Thursday evening, I hurt my ankle pretty bad, so I pretty much just been, laid out the past couple of days. Can't do nothing. Finally starting to feel a little bit better. Even though I was down, the team we still went 6-1 last week on NBA. Our bankrolls really grew last week, and we're to continue. We want to continue to bring the momentum into this week. So let's kind of get started with this slate. I think the top game on the slate to target is the Golden State Warriors versus the Orlando Magics. This game has the highest implied total at a 232 projected points scored. Golden State is favored by 14, so you got to be careful for a blowout on this in this game. Next, we'll talk about the Lakers at Phoenix. I think this is going to be a crazy fast-paced game, back and forth, up and down. It has the second highest implied total at 228 projected points to be scored. Phoenix is actually favored by -2. I don't understand how they're favored. I think my Lakers team is better than the Phoenix Suns, but hey, it's going to be a close game either way. Up and down, a lot of fancy points in this game. I really like it. Next, we will talk about the Cavs going into New York. LeBron plays really good at Madison Square Garden. This game has the third highest implied total at a 219 projected points. Cleveland is favored by 4.5. Next, we will talk about Philadelphia versus the Clippers. This game has the fourth highest implied total at 218.5 projected points, and the Clippers are favored by 1. In the last game, I'm really going to kind of just mention real quick is going to be the Hawks at the Pelicans. It has, the fifth highest implied total at 218 projected points to be scored. New Orleans favored by 9. So before I jump into the picks, I just want to say the top teams that I'm going to target, obviously, is going to be first and foremost the Warriors. They have the highest implied total at 123 projected points. They get a 2.6 pace bump. Next, we will talk about the Phoenix Suns. They have the second highest implied total at 115 projected points, and they get a 4.1 pace bump. The Pelicans have the third highest implied total at 114 points projected, and they get a 1.1 pace bump. Then we go back to the Lakers against the Suns. They are projected at 113 projected points, and they get a 4.6 pace bump. And some other teams I'll just mention. I'm not going to go too crazy on them because they have a pace down game. The game's going to slow up for them. But I do like the Cleveland Cavs, and I also do like the Washington Wizards against the Kings. The only thing is I think this game could definitely be a blowout. So let's jump into the picks. We'll get started at point guard. I think the top point guard, John Wall, going against Sacramento. They don't play no defense. The problem with this game, like I just mentioned, is I feel it's going to be a blowout. They already blew him out one time this season, John Wall, and he played 26 minutes. He got us 35 fantasy points. At a 9.7 price tag, we honestly want at least 47, 48 fantasy points. And I don't know if he could really get there tonight. But if for some reason the game does stay close and he plays his 35 to 37 minutes, I definitely think this is a great spot for him. Next, we'll talk about Stephen Curry. First thing first, I don't think the quad injury is too bad. If he does sit out, that's going to make all the other Warriors players like Draymond, KD, and Klay Thompson a lot more valuable tonight. But if he does play at a 9.2 price tag, the guy's just been on fire this season. He's crushing value night in, night out. He's only playing 29 minutes, 29 minutes, 29 minutes, 29 minutes. He's still getting us 41, 47, 41, 45. So I really like Steph Curry if he plays tonight. I think this is a great spot for him against the Magic. And the Magic have been pretty good. So I think that the Warriors are going to beat them, and they'll probably beat them by 10 points, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout the whole entire game. Next, we'll move down to Lonzo Ball. I know, Lonzo Ball, we don't want to play him, but you know what? He's just coming off a monster game, had a triple-double. He scored 70 fantasy points. Yes, Lonzo Ball, the guy that everybody is criticizing, he scored 70 fantasy points. It's crazy, okay? Before this game, his last best game was against the exact same Phoenix Suns that he's playing today. he got another. He was 1 rebound shy of a triple double. He put 54 fantasy points up. So this is a great, great, great spot for Lonzo Ball. I think he's more of a tournament play, but I'm definitely jumping on board for this game. Next, we'll talk about Drew Holiday. I mean, the guy's getting massive minutes. 34, 42, 41, 38, 38. The problem with him is if his shot's going down, he has massive games. Perfect example, he scored 34 points, 29 points, 20 points, and he had a respective 52, 46, 36. No matter what, he gets his rebounds, he gets his assists. It's all about if his shot's going in or not. I think he's in a great spot against Schroeder today. Schroeder's he's not known for defense. I really like Drew Holiday at a 7K price tag. I think he can get us close to that 35 for value. And then on the cheaper end, we'll talk about two guys. This guy, he got benched last game. I heard it was because disciplinary reasons. So if that's the case, he's back in the starting lineup. This guy's close to a easy cash game lock. Like I said, he only played 18 minutes. He got benched. But before that, I mean, at 5.3, we need about 27 fantasy points, and he's got us that. We're not going to count last game, but before that, he got us at, 3 of the past 4 games. The guy's been really, really good. So if he's back in the starting role tonight against the Lakers, I think he's in a great spot. And if he's not back in the starting lineup and then go with Ulis again, I mean, this guy, he doesn't do nothing special. I mean, he's a decent player. He did start last game against Minnesota. He had an off game. He only scored 17 fantasy points. But against the Lakers, who don't play, the best defense, if he's starting again for 4,000, I think he's a great value play at point guard. Next, we'll move on to shooting guard. We'll start with Bradley Beal. I call him the poor man's John Wall. But you know what? I'd much rather play Bradley Beal than I would John Wall. I mean, he's 2,000 less, and he's getting us almost the exact same production. 27 minutes, he still scored 35 fantasy points. When need be, he does play massive minutes, 37, 37, 39, 36, 37. And he's been in the 40s a lot this year. 40s, mid-30s. Dallas is a slow-paced team. He didn't get his extra stats. I don't really count this one. But the guy's been really, really, really good. And if you think this game could be any somewhat close at all, Bradley Beal is going to be a very good play. Next, we'll talk about Booker. Going against the Lakers, super fast-paced game. Last time he played the Lakers, he played 39 minutes, and he almost got a triple-double. He put 50 fantasy points up. His last game, he played 38 minutes, and he put up 50 fantasy points. So I think things are trending in the right direction for Booker. The kid's getting massive minutes against the Lakers. I love him in this spot. I absolutely love him. I think he's going to be a solid cash game play. We'll talk about Clay. With or without Curry, the guy's good. I mean, he's averaging 32.5 fantasy points a game in an up-tempo game against the Magic. I really like Clay. If Curry is to sit for some reason, I I absolutely love Clay even more. I think he'll be almost a cash game lock if, Curry does sit tonight. Clay is a great option tonight. Next, we'll move on to Caldwell Pope on a little bit cheaper end. This guy, he's getting a lot of minutes. 34, 33, 34, 35, 34, 34. At 4.7 price tag, we need about 24, I would say. In the last 5, he's got us. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got us at 5 in the past 7 games. I think this price tag is just too cheap. Last time, he didn't play last game against the Phoenix Suns. I really like the guy. Playing simple, I think he's a great play. I think you can lock him into your cash games and feel very safe about it at a 4.7 price tag. And then the last guy I'm going to talk about on the cheaper end, Etuan Moore. This guy's quietly been having a really good season. He's averaging about 20 fantasy points a game. At a 4.4 price tag, we need about 22. And I could definitely see him getting there. If not, he's going to get very close for us. He's averaging, about 30 minutes a game. So I think he's a great player on the cheaper end. I would definitely go with Caldwell Pope over him. But he's a solid play this week. This day. Next, we'll go on to LeBron. I think he's the top small forward. If you look at this guy's history, he goes off at Madison Square Garden. Literally goes off. And now there's the drama about he's criticizing the Knicks about Dennis Smith saying that they should have drafted him against the Nikolai guy. So I think it adds a little bit of fuel to the fire. We do need about 55 from LeBron James. It's a big number to pay. I mean, it's a big number. I definitely think he could get there. His team does have the third highest implied total, and they're slightly favored. So if this game's going to stay close at all, I think LeBron has a great chance to get to the 55. But I don't know if I really want to risk it. I mean, we can see the past couple games, he's had a 35 and a 45. I mean, on his price tag, if he gets us this, even if he gets us 47, 48, I don't like it. He's not paying value for us. I don't really care for LeBron today, but LeBron has upside any single day. So I'm not saying he's not a good play. I mean, he's a top small forward play. It's just if you want to pay the price tag for him. But I mean, look at his numbers at Madison Square Garden. I mean, the guy loves playing there. He always puts on a show. Next, we'll talk about Kevin Durant. I mean, he came back from injury and he went right back to doing what Kevin Durant does. Plays 28 minutes and puts up almost 50 fantasy points. I mean, this guy's good. And he's 1,000 less than LeBron James. I really like him. If Curry's out, I mean, just lock in Kevin Durant and just move on. I mean, everybody, Durant, Clay, Draymond, they're all going to get added shots. And so I really like Kevin Durant in this spot in the up-tempo game going against the Magic. Next, we'll talk about TJ Warren. The guy's been really good. He's playing massive minutes. Last game, he's coming off a 47 burger. The thing about him is when he gets his minutes, he puts up the points, but his minutes have been all over the place. 39, then he only played 28, 31, 36, 29. He got injured, only played 10. But last time he played the Lakers, he played 39 minutes. He put up 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 42 fantasy points. So if he's going to get me close to this 42 again against the Lakers again tonight, I think he's a solid play in the mid-range option at 7.1K. And then we will talk about, where's he at? Oh, I know why. Okay, so let me move on. One more. Brandon Ingram. This young man, he's playing massive minutes. 35, 38, 36, 35, 35. And he hasn't had the absolute best games. For 5.9, we need about 30. I definitely think he has a chance to get there. I mean, he has upside. I mean, that's definitely for sure. Last time he played the Phoenix Suns, he played 36 minutes. He scored 25 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. He got us 33 fantasy points. I think everybody pretty much is in play on the Phoenix and Lakers teams. They're getting over 25 minutes off the bench. I mean, I think that they're in really good spots. So I think small forward, you have to pay up a little bit today. I don't really see too much value. I think the value is more at shooting guard, and then there is some really good value at power forward as well. We'll talk about the top power forward, Anthony Davis. This guy is just a monster, plain and simple. He's got 50 fantasy points in every single game this year but one. We don't count this game he got hurt. But look at every other game. He has 50-plus fantasy points, 60 fantasy points regularly. If I was going to pay it for him or LeBron, I think I would have to pay it for the Brow. I mean, he's just getting there every night. He doesn't have those 35, 37 games like LeBron has. I mean, he's getting 50. So I really like him today. He's going to be the top power forward easily against the Hawks. And then next, we will move on to Draymond. Like I said, I'm bringing up these Warriors because all the Warriors are in really good spots in an up-tempo game against the Magic. And then if, Curry does sit, I mean, it makes him in even better spots. He's coming off a monster game, almost had a triple-double. He had 53 fantasy points, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks, 2 steals. This is what Draymond brings you. A lot of people in the league, they can't even get nowhere near this, but he got 7 blocks and steals combined. I mean, this is what Draymond gets you. That's 7 times, that's 21 fantasy points just right here. 21 fantasy points. So it is a bit of an outlier, but in an up-tempo game at an 8.2 price tag, we need about 41. I could definitely see him getting there or getting close for us. Draymond is a great option tonight at power forward. Then we'll move on to another guy in the same. Before I go, we'll talk about Kuzma. I'll go back. Kuzma. The guy's been really good. Since he started, he's getting 34, 35 minutes a game average with upside of 41 minutes, 38 minutes. I mean, the guy's just been putting up massive points. At a 6.2 price tag, we need about 31. And he's been getting there. He's been getting very close. He didn't play against the, he did play against the Suns. He only played 28 minutes. This was before he was a starter. He put up 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Today, I think he's going to get 35, easily get 35 fantasy points. I really like Kuzma today. He's a solid play going against the Suns. Another guy I was looking for at small forward. I'm used to him being at small forward, but they actually move him to power forward. Is Otto Porter. I mean, the guy, he's been playing very well this season. I like him a lot. He's getting minutes when need be. He's scoring point. He's scoring. He's scoring in the mid, about 16, 17 points a game. He scored 16.9 on season, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. He's averaging 35 fantasy points. If he's going to get me this 35 fantasy points at a 6.7 price tag, I think he's a solid play. The only thing is they played him recently. He played only 27 minutes, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. I'm scared about this game being a blowout. That's the only thing that really scares me about Washington is the Kings aren't very good, and I think they're going to get on them early, and they're going to just shut their guys down and say, hey, take the rest of the night off. Next, this is the only guy I'm really going to talk about. Oh, before I get there, Markieff Morris, same game. I mean, this guy, he's starting to round back into form. He's only getting, we'll say about 21, 22 minutes a game. I mean, this is going to bump up as he gets, back more in the rotation. But the past few games, he's been good. He scored 18 points, 16 points. He's getting his rebounds. He's going to get his blocks, his steals. I think he's a solid play. At 5.4K, we need about 27 from him. And I think he could definitely get close to that. But I think Morris is a little bit more of a GPP play. Randall as well, a little bit more of a GPP play. But this guy's been good. When he gets his minutes, I mean, even when he doesn't get his minutes, he's still doing good. Look at this. 18, 17, 18, 16, 17, 21, 22, but yet 29, 16, 20, 29, 35, 22, 28. So it's just all about minutes with him. Is Luke Walton going to stop being a dickhead and give the guy minutes? He deserves minutes. I mean, if he gets the minutes, he's going to beast out. It's just about if he's going to get the minutes. But I do like him today as a GPP play. He has really, really high upside. I mean, he fills up the stat sheet. It's just about minutes with him, like I said. And the last guy we're going to talk about at power forward on the cheaper end, Marquise Chris. This guy has a problem with minutes as well. One day he plays a lot, next day he doesn't play so much. Next day he plays a lot, next day he doesn't play so much. But I mean, this guy, he fills up the stat sheet. Played 26 minutes, got 39 fantasy points against Minnesota. The outlier is he got 5 blocks. That's 15 points right there. But that still puts him at 24 points without those blocks. And 24 points at a 4.3 price tag. I mean, that's very, very fair. We're looking about 22 from him for value. Going against the Lakers in the up-tempo game, I think this is the kind of game that he will thrive in. He played only 17 minutes last time against the Lakers, but he got 21 fantasy points still. If he got minutes 21.7 today, I mean, I would definitely take that from him. I think he's a solid value play on the cheaper end of power forwards. Next, we'll go to centers, finish it off. DeMarcus Cousins, him and AD are just beasting. Plain and simple, these guys are putting up massive points every single night. He's averaging 58.5 fantasy points so far this season. If he's going to get me this 58.5 at 11.7 price tag, I'll take that all day. I'll lock him in and I'll move on. So DeMarcus Cousins, easily the top center on the slate. Next, we will talk about Kevin Love. This guy has been playing very well. He's got 53 plus fantasy points 2 times in the past 3 games. 34 minutes, 62 fantasy points. 28 minutes, he only got 30, but then he bounced back with 35 minutes and 54 points against the Mavericks. The guy's been scoring very well. I mean, 29 and 32. So, I mean, 2 of the past 3 games, his shots have been going down. In Madison Square Garden, I think this is going to be a big-time game. For his price tag, we need about 37.5. And I think that's very close to what he could get. It's very close to his average this season. So I like Kevin Love at center. I think he's a solid cash game play. Next, we'll talk about Brook Lopez going against Phoenix. I mean, I'm telling you, I like both sides of this game. Last time he played the Phoenix, he played 32 minutes. He got 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block for 35 fantasy points. If he's going to get me 35 fantasy points at a 5.7K price tag, I mean, I'm going to lock the guy in and move on. I don't know if he's going to get us that 35 again, but I could definitely see us getting around 30. And if he's going to get us 30, I mean, that's still crushing value. So Brook Lopez is a great option today. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP option, though. Gortat. This guy right here, I don't know what to do with him. I mean, he's had a rough 3-game stretch. He's not scoring is one of the problems. Only 14 fantasy points, 12 fantasy points, 14. But his price tag is showing, it's down. It's one of the lowest of the season. At 4.9, we need 24 from him. And I think he can get us close to 24 against Sacramento. I mean, he only played 18 minutes against them in a blowout earlier this year, and he got 23. So if he could get me, say, 24 minutes and get me 27 fantasy points, I would really like Gortat today. I think he's a solid option on a cheaper end. And the last guy I'm going to talk about, Tyson Chandler, going against the Lakers. I mean, this guy, he doesn't do nothing special, but he gives us a little bit of everything. Last time he played the Lakers, he got us 25 fantasy points. If he's going to get us 25 again on this 4.4K price tag, that's pretty much value. So I would definitely take that. I think Tyson Chandler is a solid pick on the lower end of centers today. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'll be back tomorrow for sure with my video for Tuesday, November 14th. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below. Please click the like button if this video helps you out. And I'll talk to you later. Let's make some money tonight, all right? All right, bye.